we are off and racing. As we've lost Farmer Sam, and is that going to bring out a safety car? It has. Flukes, he's gone.
Oh, that's very... Oh, no.
It's tangled. It's touching. Jesus, Taz has come back on Drix. Drix is trying to go up the inside. Wow, this is tight. As SGN's lost the back, Taz has got on the inside. There's been contact. Oh, wow. Drix takes P1.
And a very big hello, everybody. Welcome along to Grand Final Week. Yes, this is the final round of Season 4 of the Aussie Racing League. And we are here at Spa-Francorchamps, a circuit that is, well, half the distance of what it really was when it was set up back in 1925. Let's take a look at the layout. 19 turns to keep these drivers honest, and of course, massive DRS zones, plenty of overtaking opportunities, and the ripple strips will catch you out every single time here. Let's see who's going to take out our championships for the final time in Season 4. Here is your commentary team.
All right, so we've had a little bit of difficulty with a bug game, but we are up and running. Fortunately enough, Tazza has been kind enough to bin himself so he can join in with us. So we do have Tazza, our live championship winner, with us at the moment, helping us out. So welcome to Taz.
Hello everybody. What's going on? It's weird seeing my little name there on the screen and commentating at the same time, but I will be your screen flicker for tonight.
Yeah. I mean, you can just do it all. You can win the championship and stream at the same time for us. So thank you for that. What can't you do, rather?
Go up El Rouge flat, apparently.
Really? Yeah, I've had issues myself there.
That's okay. This is interesting to see. Farmer Sam here has jumped on the soft tyres. He looks to try and hold this one out. I wish we could see tyre wear because Bass is all over the back of him with a DRS. This should be easy money, clean and bait right here.
Yeah, I've seen some weird strategies with the softs. I've been told that they wouldn't last a certain amount of time, but then I've seen them go like 9-10 laps. So interesting to see how Farmer Sam can hold off Bassink and whether or not he can keep that P2.
Should be interesting enough. I know Flukesy won further back down, doing okay there in 4th place. He got wing damage from his almighty teammate who went deep in the final corner and gave him a nice tap. So he's losing, he's missing an end plate, I'm pretty sure. Visual bug, maybe he doesn't, but he does have wing damage as SGN oddly off by himself. Him and Wereboy came together lap 1. This is good because I can fill you guys in. So yeah, Weru off the start, good start. SGN got collided, so that's why they're a bit down the field. Not too sure what happened to Nordal. Weru, believe he is, for all of those interested, running medium TC right now. So he's not a man of his word and he has absolutely dogged us, but that's okay.
This is Wereboy we're talking about.
It is, yes. He has pulled the pin, lied to the whole server, lost all my trust, and he is on medium TC.
Wow. Well, you've heard it here first. Obviously, the man, the myth, the legend, Tazza, not approving.
Never.
Is this this is your back-to-back, isn't it? You did win Novice last year, and now you've won Prodigy.
I did, yes.
So
nice back-to-back.
Yeah, nice little back-to-back. Does that mean we've got good things to look forward to in the Elite Division?
Oh, I mean, you can't guarantee anything, but I'd like to think I can get up there. But you know what? There's quite a few lineups, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'd be a good challenge. I think it's been a long time coming, so it's about time I put my big boy pants on and jumped on up there and got amongst it.
Well, the interesting thing for me is that you're not the only driver to go back-to-back, as we see. Is that Farmer Sam and Bassing?
Unfortunately, we missed that, but I am not too sure
I think
what's
that was
going on there.
inevitable. They were just. Oh no,
Bassing's
that's
got hot
very
tyres.
unfortunate.
Having to let
John through there.
Yeah. But yeah, you're not the only driver to go back to back. Obviously, you'd know from last night. Joe went academy and then novice back to back. So I think there might be some room for a little friendly competition in
just
perhaps yourself and Joe to see who can actually finish higher out of the two of you in your respective divisions.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely a Div 2 driver. I'd love to see him. Him and I had some good battles last season on the old games. I think looking at his pace in Div 3 this season, he would have been a great contender in Div 2 against, the best of us in obviously Div 2. So, we've done practice lobbies with him. He's up there with Flukesy, up there with Weru. So, I think he'll fit straight into Div 2 really, really well. And I mean, it's just better for him, betters his racing. Similar to me going to Elite, I'll be able to learn a lot from the guys up there who are quicker and, we'll all get better. So it's really just a benefit thing.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. But maybe there should be a cheeky little bet there somewhere along the line, see who can finish higher in their respective divisions.
We could.
With the back-to-back champions.
Yeah, I did promote the winners circle chat in the Discord. So Joe and I are there. Zakov's there. He's a back-to-back champion as well of Elite. So once we're all in our own divisions, we could put a little bet on who's going to come away with it. So we'll see.
How are you looking forward to going up against someone like Zakov, knowing that he has some absolutely express pace?
I mean, I've done plenty of laps with him. I mean, I wouldn't say, he's definitely quick. He's ridiculous, but I don't think he's unbeatable either. There's a couple of guys this season so far that have come pretty close. I know they're absolutely rapid as well, but I don't think anybody's unbeatable. So you never know. You just got to get the strategy right, do plenty of practice, and hopefully my pace sticks up. And, if I can be up anywhere near him, I think I'll be happy.
Well, he is a fast lap, a time trial expert from what I can see, as Farmer Sam is having some fun in the gravel, pulling a Carlos Sainz.
I think those tyres would be at about 70%, 80% by now. They would be absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, so that strategy didn't pull off for him. He was
absolutely
P2, but yeah. It was a risk he was willing to take, and you can't fault him for it, so...
I'd like to say ABK, I mean, the Alpine driver, I'd like to think he's taken over my previous team very nicely. He's a quick guy. I know at Jeddah in that wet qualifying, he was absolutely rapid. Absolutely stuck it to Drix for a while there in the wet. This guy, when he gets a clean race, as you can see right now, 9 seconds ahead, absolutely flying along.
Well,
I think
he's probably been the biggest improver if we see Nordal go around. Not looking to get any more points, apparently. Nordal, we had a chat about that last night. But no, ABK's probably been my most improved. He's slowly started to put races together back to back to back. I think his coming out party was Hungary. I think Hungary, he put a really good race together and started to come back up the ranks. Obviously, I think everyone knows how good SGN can be and how good SGN is. Obviously, missing round 1 and then getting in a little bit of trouble in round 2. But for someone like ABK, who we predominantly haven't heard of, he's been very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, ABK, SGN as ABK, little slide across the line there, celebratory. He's taken the sprint race. He gets to grab 8 points toward whoever he's battling. I think Flukesy and I figured it out, but from second place to about 6th in our like order of the standings, can still take out P2. So
Yes.
plenty of these guys are still fighting for points. But yeah, ABK, he's really, really improved. He's absolutely rapid over a lap. And as you can see, when he gets out into a bit of clear air by himself, there's plenty of guys in this division, that are really, really quick. Farmer Sam jumping in, he's absolutely rapid. When they have clean races, they go well. And SGN, I mean, he's going to be one of my favourites for next season, if he stays in the Div 2, pending what the admins and mods do with the rankings. But SGN will be one of my favourites next season, I reckon. If I was going to put a bet on your next season Div 2 champion, it'd be him. After Australia, I was scared.
Yeah, I have to say, I think yourself and Drix were pretty lucky to get away with that win, because I do believe SGN was probably the fastest on track in that race.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
He was rapid.
He held about 3 seconds to me, and I wasn't losing time, but I definitely wasn't gaining time. It wasn't until he caught Drix on the old tyres at the end that I reeled them in fairly quickly and fairly comfortably. But yeah, his pace and consistency was on par with mine. He was really, really quick in Australia. So it'd be good in about 5 minutes' time when we get this lobby all fixed up. We will see how his face is here.
Yeah,
this was a big win for ABK because he needed these points to be in contention for second. So if he can hold this and possibly get P1, P2, he could definitely get P2 in the constructors, or the drivers rather.
Yeah, so I did actually kind of forget about that little bit of extra points that you get from here. This might actually chuck ABK up into a favourable position. So obviously getting 8 points, Dodge with 7, Flukesy with 6. Flukesy's got a nice little buffer there to get himself further up as well. So Werribee even getting 3, SGN with 1. So yeah, we might just head over to the point right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
what I will do, lads, whilst you do that, I will jump out because we are going to reset the lobby so you guys can get the stream up and running on your own spectators.
Awesome. Thanks for popping in, mate. Good luck from the last to first challenge.
Haha, no worries at all. Thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you soon.
Good luck.
All right, so thanks to Tazza for that. Obviously, the game's just wobbling out a little bit at the moment, but we're just going to do a quick update on that. So ABK now brings himself up onto 40 points. So he now can take out that second spot.
It is very possible, but SGN is super quick. He's super good. So
yeah, so
that'd be interesting.
The updated score here would be SGN on 55, Werribee on 53, Flukesy goes to 48, so puts himself 4th, and ABK gets to 40. So now ABK, after that win, brings himself up into the possibility of finishing second. So that is clutch. But can he bring it home now and show us what he's really got?
Yeah, I mean, he has to finish higher than both, obviously, SGN and Werribee to take that second, but those two are very fast, and whilst he's still got those points to go, Werribee and SGN, I could definitely see them finishing a top 5. Yeah,
no, it's going to be good. So hopefully SGN and Werribee don't trip over themselves again. I think that's two in a row where they... 2 races in a row where they've tripped themselves over. So hopefully they can get away a little bit cleaner than that. But it looks like we are loading into the lobby as we speak. Luckily only having, I think Darkley's coming back in. So now having those 12 drivers back up and running, hopefully it makes it a little bit easier to set up. So
yeah, and it gives a bit more of a competition when it comes to drivers on track and weaving through those drivers that might be a bit slower than the rest, like Tazza, who is just going to breeze through the pack, I'm sure.
Yes, we are. All right, so it looks like the lobby is up and running. So we're going to have 22 laps now. We know obviously looking at the standings, does it really change anything for the constructors? I don't really think it does. Actually, no, sorry, I take that back. Dodge with 7 and Werribee with 3. So that now brings Red Bull up onto 71 points and definitely within breathing room of second. So obviously, if they can get a good result here, they should be able to pretty easily take third now over the AlphaTauri, who aren't racing tonight. But Mercedes SGN needs a good performance to not only shore up second spot, but to bring home that constructors as well.
It all rests on his shoulders. It's a lot of responsibility. Hopefully, it doesn't affect him too much in the race and he can focus. But Werribee and Dodge just need to play the team game, think about the team and getting those points and just finishing higher than SGN. That's all that they can wish for.
Yep. So it looks like we are very, very close to kickoff as we see the drivers just starting to ready up. So hopefully we can have some uninterrupted fun, which is probably well and truly overdue.
Yeah, I think you, myself, and those that are watching are eager to get into the action and see who will finally take second and third place.
Yeah, so again, we do apologise for the technical areas. We do also thank you for sticking around. We know it hasn't been easy. We do experience it firsthand, and not only that, we have to kind of fumble our way through it. So again, we do apologise. We thank you for sticking around, and we are about, I believe, 5 seconds away from getting this shindig started.
Yeah, that's great. Bit nervous to see how that turn 1 goes, but I still feel like Werribee's going to get a fantastic start.
Well, we'll really quickly go to this ad. So just quickly, for the month of August, all new subscribers and resubscribers to the Aussie Racing League Twitch channel will go into the draw to win one of 3 $50 Steam vouchers. That's right, the ARL are giving away 3 Steam vouchers this month. Just hit the subscribe button to go into the draw, and the winner will be announced on the Elite broadcast on the 1st of September. So, with that, we can bring you... Oops, sorry. We can now bring you the race, and it's wet. Hallelujah. No. How can we add more drama to an already tense situation? We can throw the wet in it.
This is going to throw a lot of people off.
This is perfect. This is exactly what I've been asking for. Wet weather in the Prodigy division to really, really, really get under people's skin. Lovely.
Yeah, Werribee's going to get a fantastic start here, as well as he could take it away. His medium TC is perfect for him.
Oh, that's a bit controversial, isn't it? I'm surprised. I know Tazza said that he was looking forward to giving him a little bit of roast, as he has apparently lied to many of the fans. But yeah, medium TC is going to come in very, very handy.
Yeah, as a medium TC user myself, it is very fun to use and very easy. So not much errors can be made with it. So I do look forward to seeing how this is going to turn out. Turn 1 is going to be even more interesting, and we could see some bowling action.
Yes, we could. So we are 5 seconds away from start. We do have a formation lap. I'm pretty sure. Yes, so we do have a formation lap. So our order for the race will be ABK, Dodge, Fluxy, Buster, Jean, Werribee, Basink, SGN, Nordal, Farmer Sam, Tazza coming in at the back, and then Darkley does rejoin us. But already there's some very, very squirrely cars. You can see the amount of water on the track right now.
Yeah, I do wonder whether it's going to get heavier and whether or not they're going to come in immediately. I don't know the current weather situation, but it looks like everyone is on intermediates, so they have some idea that it's going to stay in relatively dry, but still with that little bit of wetness.
Well, everyone's starting on the intermediates, so it's a good sign that it's not too wet just yet. But could there have been someone who took the risk and went full wets? Maybe, maybe not. Guess we won't find out now. But I think we have Darkley going around at the back, at the top of the hill. We might just quickly check in. Yeah, Darkley's gone around.
Yeah, not surprising. It can catch a lot of people off guard. Wet races, not many people practice for them, so to get it can just throw people off completely.
Farmer Sam having a few moments there as well, so we are all set. Again, we do remind you, SGN, Flukesy, and ABK, and Werribee, don't forget Werribee, are all vying for that second spot on the grid. And the weather report just come up then is inters to inters.
Yeah, so the rain looks like it's going to stay.
Yeah, so this is going to be... I don't think we've had a full wet race for quite some time here. We haven't had...
Yeah,
oh, as Farmer Sam goes around.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And if this is happening now, I can only imagine what's going to happen in the race when he's gone faster.
We do see a few of the guys really trying to get those tyres warm. And unfortunately, it's going to hinder ABK, Dodge, Flukesy. A lot of those guys are at the start of the pack because Darkley's not taking his time, but has to deal with trying to close up that gap towards the end. So they're going to be a little bit colder. But Darkley's made his big slider in the corner, but he has made that time up pretty quickly. So it will not be long until we are ready to go. So our last driver has joined the grid. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are off.
Yeah, it looks like race start from Werribee already, as we predicted.
So ABK, nice and clean start. Werribee and Dodge have just made contact there, but managed to get around. Buster's gone pretty wide at the back here. We do have a lot of action happening at the back with Darkley making up. Basink seems to have lost a few positions. Taz has held his line. We do have lost Basink off the back, so unfortunate for him. SGN's made some good ground up here. Right next to Dodge, has got past him, but Dodge is going to break as we have contact between Dodge, SGN. Farmer Sam and SGN managing to somehow get out of that corner, but that is just bumbled all over each other. So hopefully they can settle in here. Again, poor Basink sitting at the back, but it looks like ABK has gotten away. Werribee's gotten a good start. Flukesy's got a good start, and SGN. So the guys to look out for are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can't ask for a much better start from the guys who are in championship contention for that second place.
Yeah, it's just fallen quite in line with these 4. So now that they just need to get it separated from the pack and fight for each other and see where they can come. But Werribee, fantastic start from him. You know, he got off the start and was able to get with Dodge going straight into Eau Rouge, but something happened and Dodge fell back. But hopefully he can catch back up and get Red Bull back into the points.
Yeah, that is it. We've just been informed that, unfortunately, it looks like Darkley has little to no force feedback. So his race engineer has updated us. But yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty hard pretty hard race for poor Darkley, unfortunately, but hopefully he can get around. But it's 2 minutes for a lap. I know it is the start of the lap, so they're going to get a little bit faster, but it's going to be a lot of extra concentration that the drivers have already got on their hands.
Yeah, for sure. And Tazza we haven't spoken much about, but he has obviously gained 2 positions. One from Bassing spinning, unfortunately, and we didn't see what happened with Jean Hoani, but I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not Tazza can just catch up and breeze through, which he seems to be gaining.
So as you say that, we have our first penalty points of the race, with Fluxy picking up a 3-second time penalty for excessive warnings, and that little to no force feedback has come back to bite Darkley, who is very, very much struggling at the back there. Who's DNF'd.
Which could cause a safety car, whether or not it's VSC or a full.
You are
correct. Looks like it could be VSC though.
Yep, you are correct. It has spiked a virtual safety car here. So
it doesn't really help many people. I think it's going to stay the same, pretty neutral, so not much difference.
Can we find anyone that's going to do a George Russell on a Sergio Perez, catching anyone napping? So yeah, it was Darkley there. Darkley has bowed out due to no force feedback, so unfortunate for Darkley, but bowing out nice and early to try not to interrupt the racing too much. But yeah, we still are under virtual safety car, and we've just gone green, so looks like a fairly good start from ABK here. Werribee has got a better exit out of turn 1 and looks to be closing him down quite a bit. Fluxy staying within DRS range if that ever actually becomes a problem, and SGN still a second away as well. But this has actually allowed Farmer Sam to close up on the back of SGN.
Yeah, I was surprised Farmer Sam's done so well, considering he spun a few times on the formation lap, but he's held his own, so it's good to see that.
But you never know, he could have been warming those tyres up, which is allowing him to really, really grip the racetrack at the present time. So going around that many times does have its tyre wear, but if you're in intermediates, you don't really have a problem with tyre wear anyway. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, they do have to change tyre, but the game code has said between laps 7 and 17. So will people try and make these first lot count and make them go a little bit longer? Will they try and shorten it up? Is there weather to look out for later? We just don't quite know at this moment.
Yeah, and it looks like we've had another spin by one of the McLarens that been Bassing. Unfortunate to see. Seems might be a McLaren curse going on.
Yeah, the McLarens haven't had fun this year. I'd look for the McLarens to bounce back next season. I think especially Bassing does have a few favourite tracks. I think he's got Japan in there that he likes. So a few guys to look out for.
Yeah, and speaking of penalties, when it comes to Fluxy, this is devastating for him, because that 3 seconds, whether or not he can get that removed, is going to play havoc when it comes to his times and getting the points necessary to get second and even possibly third now.
So Werribee has really closed up to the back of ABK. He has a look, but decides against it. Not quite close enough. They have dropped SGN, the top 3. But it doesn't look like we're going to get DRS. So I think ERS is going to be the almighty powerful tool for this race.
Yeah, and when it comes to the wets, there's not many places you can overtake safely without causing some issues. So you've got to really hold out, save that ERS, and wait for those straights with the DRS activation.
We also have at the back here SGN just dropping off the pace on those wets. Farmer Sam and Buster, as well as Dodger, all over the back of SGN. So look to be watching pretty closely on this, as Buster's starting to get impatient with his teammate as well. So Buster might look to go up around Farmer Sam if he's not quite careful, and then they might try and both take SGN, but I wouldn't be expecting him to sit back there too often. Farmer Sam's going to have a go.
I'm very concerned with SGN because he has dropped back quite considerably and he's been overtaken. He might have some possible side pod damage. I did see a bit of contact between himself and Farmer Sam way back at the chicane on possible lap 2 or 3, and that might have given him some damage, and that's what's causing him to slow down. Or it's just the wets have thrown him off, so it's unfortunate to see.
Yep, so Farmer Sam has cleared SGN now. Buster's going to be looking up to go around SGN as well. The top 3 have really pulled away, so SGN's given them a little bit of breathing space. Again, SGN doesn't have to do too much. He just has to finish up high enough to negate the points to make sure he can lock away that Drivers' Championship. He does have a few points to play with, but he can't just keep dropping and hoping for something to happen, as we have lost Buster.
Just pushing too hard, yeah. Trying to keep up with SGN and Dodge. I think Dodge overtook him and he was just, pushed himself a bit too hard.
Yep, so that will bring out...
VSC. Oh no, it's a full.
There's a full safety car, so unfortunately we can't actually get a look. We'll see if we can jump on board with Mr. Basink.
Yeah, this plays well into Basink's hand. He's able to catch up now and still race for the points, which is the... Oh, well, everyone will get a point now if none of them crash out, so just need to survive.
Yeah, well, that's it. So obviously with the safety car out now, I think it's still too early for people to be pitting. You're going to ask a lot. I know the intermediate tyres don't wear as quickly, but to pit now would be a bold strategy. But ABK's tried to fake it and then not, and then fake it and then not.
That's an interesting play right there. I don't know how legal that was, and we'll see in the FIA decisions, but that one was, Yeah, that is unfortunate.
So we've got guys going on to the dry compound tyres.
Yeah, it does look dry. I can see that, but whether or not it's a bit too early to say so. We still have Basink, who is yet to pit, whether or not he's going to follow through with the same strategy or just goes to the end.
So Farmer Sam has gone conservative. With those softs, we know the softs don't last very long around this course, but in the wet they will give the most amount of grip. So could be a smart decision there. ABK and Jean have both gone for the mediums, and everyone else seems to have gone for the hards, including Basink, who's now pitted.
Yeah, those hards are going to take a very long time to heat up and get comfortable, which will give the soft and medium runners plenty of time to separate themselves. But it would seem like the hards runners are wanting to go to the end, though. I can see it happening. So still need another stop from Farmer Sam and Jean. Oh, sorry, and ABK.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a big ask for those medium tyres to go to the end. I don't really think it's possible. So maybe they're playing their luck, going, look, we're going to try and put some time in, try and get away, see if there's a virtual safety car later that we can kind of cash in on. or even a safety car to try and get right out in front. They've already used their technically the second compound of the race. It is unfortunate that we've had to wait for a VSC to bring in this change, as everyone now has gone on to the dry tyre. It would have been interesting to see who pitted early, who didn't. But yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that tonight.
No, but yeah, the track does look much drier than it was just 2 laps ago. So I'm not sure how long this is going to last. And hopefully Bassing can capitalize on this and catch up, but it doesn't seem to be right now. But it's not in this lap, I don't think, so he still has that one more lap.
Well, the one thing that does play into Bassing's hands on this restart is that obviously he's putting in work to catch up to the grid. So he's going to be able to warm those tyres up a hell of a lot more than a lot of other people. So
yeah, that's right.
They will be quite a fair amount warmer, but this does give probably a little bit of a reprieve to someone like SGN, who was struggling in the wet. Now he's back onto the dry tyre. Can we see anything else from him? Obviously, we know how rapid Tazza is on the dries. We'll see a few more guys pushing, maybe a few more guys spinning, but I guess we'll find out relatively soon.
Yep. Just need to wait for this lap to end, and then we can finally start going again. But I do expect Farmer Sam to get a fantastic start, and won't be surprised if by the end of lap 1 he's P1.
Yes. Well, I'm just going to quickly just change over my mic real quick. So I'll just let you keep the folks entertained while I just quickly deal with this.
Yeah. I am curious what people think is going to happen, whether or not the current top 3 can hold their positions, whether ABK can win it, or do people think that Tazza can make a comeback and go from last to first, which would be quite a spectacular thing to see. HJ thinks Tazza, yeah. That's definitely a possibility. That's one that I'm quite interested to see, and hopefully he can do. Yep, as we can see right there. Yeah, ABK is definitely going to hold him up. Try and not get throttle locked. No. Yeah, and we just saw Farmer Sam and Fluxy just on back and forth changing positions, so it's a great thing to see just coming into turn 1, and now we're going up our Rouge. But Nordal's had a fantastic start. He's close on Fluty's heels, and he's nipping at him. He really, really wants that before, and he's seen it. And these hards actually done really well to keep up to the rest of the medium and soft, so it's good to see that they're able to control that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Activated. Yeah. But it's an interesting strategy still going on the softs, because lap 3 right now, and they're only going to possibly last another 3 to 4 laps. So he really, really wants to get in front of ABK, because if he can't, then this strategy might have not been worth it in the end. Mm-hmm. Sorry to interrupt there, Manatina. It seems like people are not able to hear you in the Twitch.
Oh, that is not very good at all. So they probably missed half the commentary. So
They've just heard my half, so they might be a bit confused.
That is unfortunate. But yeah, those soft tyres, as we see Tazza picking up a 3-second penalty, the soft tyres are working. He's almost up into half a second on ABK. They're going to drop off really, really soon with the next up. We do have there's Dodge that has gone around.
That's unfortunate. Red Bull really, really needed those points.
So there's plenty of a race to go, but that's not going to bide well. But with DRS being enabled this lap, I'd be looking for Farmer Sam to be probably getting ABK here if he can get a nice exit out of this corner, which he does.
Yeah, he definitely needs it this lap or the next. But Tazza in that 3 seconds, that doesn't really hinder him too much. But it's still something he probably will be disappointed in.
Fluxy picks up another time penalty. So Farmer Sam's going to make the move, goes up the inside, gets it done. So he's cleared ABK, but ABK does have that nice little buffer to Werribee. He's putting those medium tyres to use. But we all know that they're going to have to pit again. So...
yeah, and ABK's used a lot of his ERS to get past. Farmer Sam's used a lot of his ERS, and now ABK can chill back and not use as much of it because he's still in that DRS zone.
As Nordal picks up a 3-second time penalty after having a promising start, getting him way up to 5th. That's very, very unfortunate for Nordal, who's looking to possibly not only just double his points, but maybe even quadruple them at the rate he's going.
Yeah, he could possibly get more points in this one race than he has the entire season, which would be a great motivational booster for himself going into next season.
So, pack's still pretty well together throughout the midfield. Obviously, we've lost Dodge. Bassink's managed to hold on with not making mistakes, but Nordal was all over the back here of Fluxy. Little bit of wheel spin coming out, losing a lot of traction there, but if he can bring it back. But ABK has left himself enough room to stay in that DRS range of Farmer Sam, so it's a perfect situation if you're ABK. He's got someone that's going to be a bit quicker for maybe a lap or two. Don't have to particularly use the ERS a lot, because if he can just keep up with Farmer Sam, the DRS that he's going to get as well is going to help him drag him that little bit in front and try and create that gap to Werribee.
Yeah, exactly. And Werribee is just dropping every lap about 3 or 4 tenths, so it's not good for him. But at the same time, it's expected when it comes to the hards, but he's still fighting Fluxy at the same time. So he's under a lot of pressure to catch up as well as defend. So hopefully he can pull that off. But it looks like ABK is catching up to Farmer Sam. I would expect those softs to start really dropping off right about now, hitting the maybe 60%. And Farmer Sam would have wanted to be way ahead of him right now. And so maybe this strategy is not working to his favor.
Yeah, well, it does. In saying that, it does allow Farmer Sam to possibly, if he can push him maybe a lap or two, finish the race on mediums, which may be a strategy that he's looking to do. It doesn't look like he's pitted, so maybe he's going to push him for 1 or 2 more laps. I'd possibly just say 1 more lap and then finish the race on the mediums. We know the mediums can do 10 laps relatively easy, so that might be where he gains some more time towards the back end. Those hard runners are going to start to be sagging a little bit and struggling towards the end. Even though they should make it, but they're not going to be the freshest tyres going around.
Yeah, for sure. And Werribee is catching up now, so those hards are coming to their own. And this is where we're going to see the 2 front runners maybe start to drop back as their tyres degrade, especially Farmer Sam. But ABK is definitely going to want to go to at least lap 15, 16, maybe 18, and so we can go on those softs. So whether or not he can hold that out.
So unfortunately we've lost Jean to a spin, so he's on those 6 laps on medium, so his race might be over, having to pit for, probably going to have to pit for hards now, unfortunately for him. But yep, Farmer Sam should be looking to go on that medium strategy. ABK's giving himself a nice lead. Fluxy's really putting the pressure on the back of Werribee here. Taz has made his way up the field, so he's up into 5th.
Yeah, he's eyeing the back of Fluxy, his teammate. Whether or not there's any team orders, we don't know at this point.
Yep. SGN's managed to kind of pull his race back together. He is in DRS range of Nordal now, so again, this race is just a save race for SGN. If he can get scrounging together enough points in the top half, that's going to bode very, very well for him. So Farmer Sam going to push those 1 more, I'd say 1 more lap here, as we have lost a heap of the races. It looks like Werribee has gone around and taken the pack with him.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. Those points were vital for Red Bull to be in second place, and I don't see that happening now.
Not only that, Werribee needed the points to perhaps leapfrog SGN. So SGN's gone from 9th, presumably, all the way up to, he's now up to 3rd, getting a massively good run on Nordal now. So if SGN can keep that up, as we see Tazza making a big move up the inside of Nordal, I think Nordal might have a little bit of damage. But yeah, now with that going on, SGN can breathe a little bit lighter.
Yeah, for sure. But Werribee has still kept within that pack and within that DRS train, so he hasn't fallen out just yet, and he still has 10 laps to go. So we can only hope he pushes through, because we would like to see him succeed. I would. But Tazza is just dominating right now. We've seen his pace, how he can just cut through the pack. But that 3 seconds is definitely unfortunate, which is going to put him back.
Yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate there, but yeah, Werribee costing himself quite a lot of points. I'd think to say we've seen enough of these soft tyres from Farmer Sam, but time will tell. Yep, staying wide here. So Farmer Sam's dived in. Look for him to go on the mediums and finish the race.
Yeah, he was just losing time, and he knew it.
So as we have another spin, it looks like Nordal's going around. So SGN's got up into second now.
Yeah.
Yep. Tazza's started to make up some ground. Tazza into that third position. Fluxy in 4. Werribee has made himself back up to 5, but he needs to finish convincingly ahead of SGN to tie up second.
Yeah, we have Tazza now on SGN's tail, and this could put some pressure on SGN. You know, he just needs third to really win. Anything higher than Werribee, but obviously he doesn't really want to be dropping places as well and getting closer to Werribee.
That is it. But the man of the moment, ABK, let the soft runner get in front. Let the soft runner do all the work. Just hang on to him at the back. Again, I don't think he's quite far enough in to cover a pit stop off, but he's done pretty well so far. Again, keeping that gap out in front.
Yeah, he does that. He will have to pit though, and that's the thing. Whether or not he can still get more time of Tazza and SGN and create that gap so he can still get some good times on his softs, because he's going to have to fight for the pack. And as we can see, the DRS train can be strong here.
Well, that is it. So I think if you're a ABK fan or want to see him get on top, you're going to have to hope for a very late safety car or virtual safety car to possibly go on to softs. Going on to hards, he's going to be very slow towards the end. So I think he'd be looking to go on to softs as we see Tazza go around.
Oh no. That's unfortunate. It doesn't ruin his championship, but at the same time, it's sad to see, and he's going to be kicking himself for that one.
That he is. So that now releases Werribee up into 4th, Fluxy up into 3rd. SGN's got himself a nice little gap now to Fluxy, but ABK is just cheering at the front going, that's all right, boys. You just keep spinning. I'm just going to keep going, keep my rhythm, and continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Yeah,
exactly. And Fluxy is definitely in contention as well for P2 now. He is very, very close. He does have the penalty point, unfortunately, but... Oh, and we have another spin by Nordal. His hards must be very, very hot right now. Yeah. Oh, and almost took out... Oh, and he had another one.
So unfortunate for him there, but we will jump back on board with Weru. So Weru just needs to close down some space to Fluxy, as we see. Yep, it's still Nordal having a tough time up in the top of the hill. So
yeah, he just needs to let his tires cool down and not push as much.
Yep, unfortunate for him, but SGN is bringing up the just still losing some time to ABK. So ABK is either definitely found his rhythm right about now.
Yeah.
But he's got the tyres in a window that he's quite happy with.
Yeah, but he's going to have to pit very soon. Unless he believes he can take him all the way, which at this point, with almost 5 seconds, he might be able to if he's been nursing those tyres well, which he quite possibly could have been, because he was behind Farmer Sam for a long time and he didn't really need to push as much as he might have had to.
That is true. I'd find it quite hard to believe if he could drag those tyres over the line, but again, we don't quite know. SGN just starting to bring that time back a touch. As I say that, it jumps back out 2 tenths. But yeah, it looks like he's starting to reel him in. So maybe ABK's tyres are starting to go. Maybe we might see him go from a medium to a medium to a soft.
Yeah, I think that's the most likely scenario at this case. I don't think any other compound would benefit him at all. So, but Werribee, he's dropped out of DRS, which is unfortunate, but he still has that 3 seconds on top of Fluxy, which obviously you still want to finish track position. You never know when it comes to penalties, so...
Well, that's
should be one. And Farmer Sam, yeah, he's on the fresh meds, so he's going to be fast.
Yep, so he's all the way back in 7th, obviously. Has Tazza for company there. He's going to be the barometer to see how or where ABK does come out if he does pit, whether it was worth it. But most people have think we pop in with the king himself, Bassing. So after some moments in the sprint race, seems to have it pretty much under control in the race.
Yeah, he's done quite a good catch up, because he spun and was 40 seconds behind, and he's had the safety car, which was lucky, and now he's up to 5th. So he's on a great drive to get where he is.
As we see, Jean has just gone around on that last corner. Also, Farmer Sam has gone past Tazza on those fresher mediums, so Tazza might just have let him through, use some DRS to try and pull himself a little closer to the rest of the pack. We see Nordal's going around again on that last corner, so have to give a shout out to Nordal, saying just keep going, mate, it'll be okay. SGN is really starting to reel in ABK here.
Almost a second a lap at this point.
Yeah, so ABK's tyres have started to go off. SGN's in a great spot here. Obviously, there's a car in between Werribee, in between Werribee of Fluxy there. If those tyres have gone of ABK's, SGN's just looking to continue the push and make sure he gets himself into a position where he can really attack for that for the win.
Yeah, and it could be an easy win for him. Obviously, the strategy that most people went, which was the mediums to hards, was the ideal. Well, sorry, we didn't even get to that because of the intermediates, but generally at the end, you don't want to do too many stops. Apparently ABK is going to the end, which could be a miracle in the making if he could pull that off.
Yeah, he's going to have to do, I think, about 16 or so laps on the medium tyres. So the hard tyres will definitely be quicker. But has he done a big enough gap? As we see Tazza getting a 3-second time penalty. So unfortunate for Taz there.
One thing to note is Farmer Sam is literally out of ERS. He has none. So he's not going to be catching up at all to Bassink, I don't think, and getting in that DRS zone anytime soon.
Yeah. Fluxy is roundabout holding his position on SGN, catching him in some parts of the track and then just falling away in others. Maybe an ERS management problem there and not having too much, so we'll just keep you informed on that one. But Werribee looks to have kept himself out of trouble, so if SGN makes a big mistake, look for Werribee to capitalise on there. But also Farmer Sam is making his way up to the back of Bassing, so he is within DRS now.
Yeah, exactly, and he could be definitely taking that P5. He still has 3 laps left, so plenty of time. One thing to note though is SGN hasn't caught that much up to ABK. He's still within that 3 seconds. Yes, he caught 6/10, but 6/10 a lap is still not going to be good enough for him.
As you see, it looks like Bassink has gone around. So
that's sad.
Bassink's
he's doing so well.
Yeah, Bassink's gone around, so unfortunate for him. Taz has gone into the pits, I could only presume for a fresh set of softs to try and take some points away from the rest of the grid. So SGN needs to perhaps get a wriggle on here. He's got 3 laps to close up on ABK. It seems to have made a lot of time up in between those couple of corners there. I think the tyres at ABK are really starting to struggle now. Where SGN's going to have the big upside is where the tyres need to do a lot of work. So in the in and outs and the very tight, slow corners, he's going to have a heap more grip, as he's almost made up a second in possibly 2/3 of a lap. So
Yeah.
maybe that strategy of ABK's is going to come back to haunt him, because really he's a well and truly over a second now that he's caught up.
He's flying, and this is the crucial point, is that he's pushing so hard that he could definitely make a mistake. So he needs to keep it calm, but also just be consistent, take those corners exactly as he can the last corner, and just keep going on that pace. And he's catching though.
Yep, so he's caught up a little bit of time there. He's put a little bit of a gap to Fluxy as well. So again, I'd be looking for the top of the hill. So the top of the hill is really going to determine, he needs to get into that DRS range pretty much straight away. So getting a lot more grip out of that first corner, flat out throwing Rouge is not really closing down. It looks like ABK's got the lower wings, but this is where the time's going to be made up.
See, ABK could possibly be in puncture territory soon, and that is a risk he's obviously willing to take. And it's going to come down to the wire. I honestly don't know who to win this at this point, because it's just so close.
Yeah, so again, that's where the time is. So those slow corners, SGN's almost taken off that full second.
He's almost within DRS now.
Yes, so if he's got 2 laps to attack ABK here, you'd probably have to give it in favour of SGN, especially in DRS territory. But if ABK can hold him off for, say, 1 more lap, he might have a chance. But I just think SGN's just reeling him in too quickly. He's got too much grip going around the slow corners on the top of the hill.
Yeah, he's cornering times of a lot faster than ABK's, and those tyres obviously are not allowing him to get enough traction coming out of those corners, and SGN is just capitalizing on that. And as we can see here, he could definitely get in within 2-3 tenths, and I think he's going to get him after Radion.
Yeah, so it's still not bad signs for ABK, even a second place here. He should be able to stay well and truly in front of Fluxy with an almost 3-second buffer, but it looks like SGN is going to try and make the move now.
Yeah, he's going for it, and I do think he's going to get it.
So he's well and truly outbraked ABK there, gets around very, very nicely. Beautiful
work.
And that is going to pull himself away now, almost half a second just in that one corner. So that is beautiful work there from SGN, an absolute masterclass.
Yeah.
But
ABK did come back close to his tail, and he was just fighting, but I don't think he can with those tyres just falling off badly. But SGN's done a magnificent drive this race, and for sure for me, he's definitely the driver of the day.
Yeah, so just a quick check on the time penalties here. Fluxy with 9 seconds, Dodge with 3, Tazza with 6, and Nordal with 6. So with those numbers, Farmer Sam has made himself up into 4th, which will easily make him 3rd. But Werribee seems to have dropped off into 5th.
Yeah, but Werribee is within that DRS. Whether or not he can hold it and overtake, it's just the 1 lap to go. And Fluxy is definitely catching up as well to ABK. So this is all coming down to the wire, and a lot of people are just pushing.
Well, that's it. It's all or die now. So unfortunate for Werribee, who's probably just not going to quite be there when all the money's on the table, unless a big mistake comes from our leader SGN. But it also looks like ABK, well, is going to hold off Fluxy here, but Fluxy is really pushing hard. So he's under that second. ABK is flashing. So can he make up enough time in these areas here, which you could just see that the time, those tyres are absolutely, they're torn to shreds. He's taken off almost a second just in that section there. So ABK's got a very, very big uphill battle here to keep Fluxy behind him.
Yeah, I don't think the strategy for ABK worked out too well, but I still think he can pull off a P3 here.
Well, he's easily got a P2. I think he's just given that up there, just saying, look, you've got 9 second worth of penalties. I'm just going to let you go. But if he's not careful, Farmer Sam,
he's chunking, taking chunks out of the time.
As there goes Farmer Sam. So it looks like possibly a puncture for ABK.
Yeah, and we were discussing that risk, and he took it. He risked that biscuit, and I don't think it's paid off for him, unfortunately.
Yep, so that is unfortunate for him. But coming into the last set of corners here, as we've lost Bassink to a DNF, our race winner and finishing second in the championship is SGN. Bringing home second will be Farmer Sam. In third will be Werribee, who should bring home third in the Drivers' Championship. Fourth will be ABK. Fluxy fitting himself into fifth. Dodge coming in sixth with a little bit of celebratory spin out there. Tazza should bring himself home in P7 as he's looks like he's doing a warm-up lap. Unfortunate for Bassink, who has missed out, but Jean will bring home P8 and Nordal will bring home P9. So Nordal will actually double his points in the one race.
Yeah, Nordal's done a fantastic job. He's last 2 races he's done much better, so he's improved. But there we go. Tazza has officially won the he's won it previously, but we have further proof that he's won it because it's the end of the season now. And great work to Tazza. He obviously was miles above the rest.
That is it. So Tazza will surely get a little bump up to the elite section next season, but a clear winner. A clear second place will go to SGN, who will almost finish a whole race in front in second place, and it looks like Werribee will bring home P3. So your race winner tonight is SGN with a masterclass of bringing it home.
And I do have to say congrats to Werribee. You know, this is his first season up to Prodigy, and he's taken a P3, so that's really good to see for him. And with that, obviously, Red Bull have secured third place above AlphaTauri in the constructors, which congrats to Red Bull, but AlphaTauri, it's unfortunate that they didn't have the 2 drivers there today to defend that.
Yeah, as you sow your own seed, unfortunately, but that will do it for our Spa weekend with SGN, Farmer Sam, Werribee, ABK, Fluxy, Dodge, Tazza, John, Nordal, Bassink, Buster, and Darkly missing out. Quickly jump into the race director, as everyone can see here. Make sure we get all our incidents down.
Which is quite a bit for a small grid.
So we will be right back after a quick little break. All right, so we are back after that quick little break. We're
congrats to Tazza either way. He won the championship, but yeah, looking forward to the next one. We'll see.
Redblitz, you got anything to add?
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, obviously going down to like the last 3 laps, you were catching up to ABK. Did you think you were going to be able to overtake him before the checkered flag, or were you just hoping to stay in that position?
No, I did get a bit worried. I had about maybe 18% battery left, so I thought if it wasn't going to be making the move then and there, it was that was it. His straight line speed was just way too quick. I think he had a much lower re-wing. I'm glad I got it done, obviously.
Yeah, we were discussing the strategies and whether or not he was going to pit for the softs, but he decided to keep up on the mediums, and he was doing a fantastic job of keeping people behind him, but obviously near the end it just fell off a cliff, and yeah, you were able to capitalize on that, so big well done to that.
I have one last question for you, SGN. Before we do let you go, I think my mind's just given me an absolute mind blank there. Sorry, mate. There was one incident that I wanted to bring up, and it just seems to have escaped me.
Was it turn 1 with Farmer Sam, or?
Oh no, I think it's gotten to me. Oh, sorry, I got it. I'm back. Right. Are you perhaps stepping up next season to the elite? Have you got the call from the boss, or are we still awaiting to see whether you're going to go in favourite as the Div 2?
Look, I don't know. I don't want to obviously cause speculation or anything like that. Nothing's confirmed. There are rumors I've heard, but nothing confirmed. So I'm quite happy where I am. We'll see what obviously happens next season. But yeah, enjoy it as it is.
Awesome. All right, mate. Well, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on locking up. Not only, I'm pretty sure that's second in the championship is definitely locked up, but you may have well locked. You've definitely locked up the second in the constructors with only having. I'm pretty sure you and Mez only raced together once. Was that correct?
Yeah, I think it was maybe 2 races at most.
Yeah.
I think it was actually, yeah.
So congratulations on that, mate. We will let you go. Again, congratulations, and look forward to seeing you next season.
Cheers,
Yeah. Make sure that Mez gives you a back rub, shoulder rub.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'll have a chat with him, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. See ya.
No worries. Take care.
See you, mate. All right, I think the next bloke we have to bring in, I'm going to bring in Werribee.
Yeah.
We have to congratulate the man himself. Sorry, there he is. So, Werribee, congratulations, mate. Maybe not the race you wanted to have tonight. You looked like you were all over in the wets. Had a few moments on the dry tyres, but it is enough to still bring home P3 in the Drivers' Championship.
I think I could have gotten P2 today. I was a few positions ahead of SGN, who I think won the race. But I think if I hadn't had an incident with Fluxy on one of the laps there, I probably would have been in the contention for the win, especially since ABK got the puncture. So I'm a bit upset at the moment, but it is what it is. I'll just practice and get good for next season.
Well, I think Redblitz had a good way to sum it up with being your first season in this division. So I'll let him take over that one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you weren't too excited with how it turned out, but obviously from an outsider looking in, it's been a great season for yourself and a great race. I believe, you've pulled off a P3 finish, which is admirable for your first season. So I don't think you should be too disappointed. I think take away from this, you could easily be in Division 1 by
let's not go there.
2 more seasons.
2 seasons, sure, that's possibly a target, but not for next season. But yeah, thanks for saying that. It actually does mean a lot. I'm happy to finish third. I think I'm just not happy about it yet because I think I could have gotten second. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. But yeah, I think my results this season have been pretty good. I think today was my first podium in the division. But yeah, just generally, I'm pretty happy with how the season was. And I hope that next season with the changing of the assist and Prodigy that I can maintain or even improve my pace. So let's see what next season brings. I'm excited for it.
About that, sorry, with the assists, how was your start of the lights out? You did a fantastic getaway and you were able to get into P2.
Yeah. Well, that's obviously medium traction control. I'm not going to deny it. I had medium TC on, and I think there's only one or two other drivers on the grid who have it on as well. So I was able to basically use it as launch control off the start and get a few positions. But I need to train myself out of that because next season I'm not going to have that luxury. So I think that's what set me up for a decent race, because I think after that I was P2 and I stayed P2 for pretty much until lap 12. Next season I'll basically have to focus a lot on getting good starts and trying to replicate that, even though I think it's going to be difficult.
I think you'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it.
Well,
thanks, mate. I'll put in the work.
No, it's good to see, mate. And you are, again, you're probably the most improved, you yourself and ABK. So it's really good to see you getting the biscuit at the end of all that hard work, mate. So congratulations again. Condolences for the day, but you can't be too disappointed with P3 in a championship such as this, with such tough races, especially with Mr. Back-to-Back Tazza winning the championship. So congratulations, mate, and look forward to seeing you go on to bigger and better things in the next seasons.
Thanks, Tin. Thanks, Reblet, as well. Good job on the commentary. It was a bit difficult initially, but good job. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so big congratulations to Werribee there. I do want to grab the new guy on the block. We'll grab him really quickly.
Sure.
We'll grab Farmer Sam here, the guy who brings it home in, I think it's P2?
Yes, I did get P2, thankfully.
Congratulations. First of all, can you talk me through the soft to medium strategy? Was that something was it a hard decision to make? Were you worried about it halfway through? How did you try and justify it to yourself to go, look, I'm going to take this massive risk, which in the end has come off for you?
Well, funny story is I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go straight to the hards like the rest of the field, or most of the field. And then they put the softs on, so I changed it literally mid-race. As soon as they put the softs on, I thought, just got to go with it now. And yeah, it actually worked out, which I was very surprised about.
So, Farmer Sam has got Jeffed without having a Jeff.
Pretty much, yeah. They tried to ruin my race and I backfired on them.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see because we were perplexed by the strategy, but obviously you made it work, which is respectable, because I don't think that myself I could have done that. I would have just been defeated, but you made the most out of it, and what a great comeback, man. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Now, on the mediums, I definitely thought I just got to give it a mile. So I was just doing literally quality laps on them, I felt like. So yeah, it was good.
Congratulations. Well, hopefully we'll see you continue to improve. Obviously, coming into this division late in the season. Do you know where you're racing next season, or?
Well, yeah, I do know where I'm racing next season, and it was a surprise. So it'll be good racing in the new division, going up a division. So yeah, keen for it, excited, and yeah, let's see what happens up there.
Well, you should be very proud of yourself, mate. You've made half a season look pretty damn good. Not only that, you're absolutely rapid. So I wish you well in your elite endeavours, and thank you very much. And again, congratulations on P2 today.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate this a lot.
Yeah, no worries, man. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll finish off. We'll get the man that everyone wants to talk to. We're going to drag him in here one more time. we had him at the start of the sprint race. The race didn't go to plan, but you are the drivers' champion and led your constructor to the championship as well, mate. So congratulations to Tazza, back-to-back champion, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an interesting race. Bit of fun. I think I was on there. I think I was on before I got SGN, and it was like the pace was good. And ABK I knew would die. He got that puncher in the end. But yeah, that Spinella out of turn one. Unfortunate. That's all right.
Yeah, but you know, this season you've obviously had a quite breezy season, but at the same time, was there anyone you think, or multiple anyones, that gave you the most trouble or gave you the most competition?
I mean, you know, Drix, without his issues, without his mistakes, he could have easily won it. He could have easily taken it off me. Mez, if he raced the whole season, I mean, we were equal on points after the first 2 rounds before he had to unfortunately drop out. I mean, he would have been another contender. Him and I are so close on pace. It would have been sort of back and forth across all the races, I reckon. And then, I mean, if SGN had the pace that he had today and last week, he, like, throughout the whole season, he could have easily been up there as well. I think he just got unlucky and he was away for the first couple of weeks, so it took him a while to get in the groove of the new game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Spa's probably one of my worst tracks, so it gave me a bit of confidence still being able to keep up at the front. So, did I say worst or best? I meant worst, whatever I said.
That's all
but
good,
yeah,
mate.
worst tracks.
Well,
no, it was fun.
We will wrap it up there, but again, we just wanted to touch base. Congratulations on both the constructors and the drivers' championship, and we wish you well in your elite endeavours, mate. See if we can go back to back to back.
Yeah, 3 times. Let's see. I'm sure you can do it.
I better wiggle down and get some hours in. I've been slacking the last couple of weeks, so I better jump back in the rig, get some wear on it, and get those consistency up. I can't be spinning in turn 1 in elite. That's race over. So
I'm sure you'll do fine. You'll breeze through like you did the last 2. So
I don't know about that, but yeah, thanks for the confidence. It's good.
That's all right.
No worries.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
mate, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. You too. Cheers, boys.
Take care, man.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up for us on the Prodigy division. Season 4 has been pretty interesting. We've had an absolute dominance from the constructors in Aston Martin. Tazza really pulling a majority of the weight, but Fluxy being up there as well. I think Flukes in the end did finish P4 in the championship. I'll have to go back on a count back. He might be P3, but I just haven't got my numbers quite right. Mercedes coming away with a P2. Red Bull P3, AlphaTauri unfortunately not racing tonight, end up in P4 with our championship. Tazza, SGN, it's been an interesting season. Obviously cut short due to technical difficulties and none more than tonight's shenanigans. But we do have one more race this week. We have the Elite Division tomorrow night, so do stick around for that. It's going to be some exciting racing. I believe Zakov has already won that championship, but there are fighting for positions going into it. We do have those 3 $50 stream vouchers still up for grabs. So tomorrow night will probably be your last chance to get on those ones. Other than that, we're going to have the week off, and then we're going to come back for Season 5. We have Monza straight off the block, and everyone loves Monza. So do make sure that you keep your ARL itch ready to go, because in 2 weeks' time we'll be back bigger and better than ever, and we look forward to seeing you. So I've been your host, Man of Tim. It's been a pleasure to be in the box with you, Reblets. Hope you've enjoyed your night. That's it. So, again, pleasure to be in the box with you, mate. Let's look to bigger and better things, and we will sign off tonight. So thank you for tuning into ARL Prodigy Division. We look forward to seeing you not only tomorrow night for the Elite, but in 2 weeks for the start of Season 5. So thank you very much, guys. I've been your host, Manatin, signing off, and Reblets, I'll let you have the last word.
Yeah, I appreciate everything, and thanks for the interactions in chat, people. So thank you very much.
All good. See you later, guys.
Take care.